Well, hello guys, this is me, Christian again, and let's get ourselves prepared for now our next Me Talking to You viewers, guys. I told you I was gonna get the two done, and this here, well, of course, before we get started, if any of you guys have mainly not subscribed to my channel or my girlfriend Harmony's channel, consider doing so, guys. Most likely indeed help the both of us a lot as it is for sure, guys, and most likely, yeah. So here we are on to today's World Down Syndrome Day, guys. So that's right, it's a real thing. It happens. Yeah, because we really need to take some of these moments to basically announce, like, people that are diagnosed this way. Like, you can't control what basically happens, neither can the parents, for the matter of fact. And typically, yes, this is something your parents don't have to have Down syndrome just for the basically well, for the person to have Down syndrome, right? And I know at least one of my friends from school that has it. But can they still do just as much things as all of us human beings can? Yes, they can. They're human beings too, which means they can do many things. And that's kind of a problem because some people actually make random assumptions and accusing that they just can't do this because they're so scared. And that's a natural thing. Like we're also we live again in this scary world that we sometimes live under fear that stuff can't go right. And they think just because the person might have Down syndrome means they can't do stuff. Well, that's sadly wrong if people think that because I I'm a man of my word and I believe that anybody with some sort of like cases of Down syndrome, yeah. If anybody has Down syndrome, yes, they can do just as much of anything. They can do, yeah, they could do just as much of anything as any normal human being can, right? You shouldn't treat them any differently. And actually, I learned today that people with Down syndrome don't want to be treated, as in they don't want you like doing things for them. They want you doing things with them. It's the real hard bargain truth right there as it is. So yeah, things for certain, like okay. So anyways, so both your mom and dad basically got up to 23 chromosomes, and you carry half of those to give you 46, and that's right. We all human beings have 46 chromosomes. For anybody that's science geeks or whatever. But yes, science behind it believes that we all have 46 chromosomes, except for the Down syndrome people. They don't have 46 chromosomes, they have 47. They get an extra one due to their Down syndrome, right? Obviously. So very good advantages of having Down syndrome. Basically, the ones I picked up on so far as Down syndrome people, they tend to be a little more flexible. And the other thing is they can detect, like, they can understand our human emotions. So, like, if we're feeling sad or happy or any of that stuff, they can easily tell that as they get older. And, like, they could just, they could sense it right there that something might not be right. And here they can try to be a very good friend to you. So yeah, part of having that Down syndrome part, just like, yeah, basically those people want to be just like everyone else in this world. They want to make friends. They want to have a happy life too. They want to be able to make connections with so many people. But now here comes the down advantage to having Down syndrome. And I wish this could be arranged, but basically with Down syndrome, you cannot change anything about that. If you were born with Down syndrome, That's going to be a part of you for the rest of your life, basically. There until the day you die. So basically, yes, so with Down syndrome, there's a weaker part of the muscles that some, well, basically the people with Down syndrome have. Therefore, it makes it kind of a little hard to do some exercising, such as basically, let's see, running, for example, that's one. And I guess even having to mountain climb, yeah. But basically, you get the point. And also, the face structure you'll tell is quite different. Then, you know, yeah, I think just by maybe look like here's an obvious part I think that might give the Down syndrome away. Like noticing, yeah, of course, most of our faces look kind of straight up. Well, I don't know how to describe a person with the Down syndrome, but there is many videos that you'll see, and you'll definitely know for sure, guys. That will most likely give otherwise. But basically, so you know how, yeah. So basically, another advantage that Down syndrome might have, like not kind of and kind of, I don't know, not so much, but basically, well, their tongue muscle, right, with Down syndrome people aren't quite as strong as many of us that don't have the Down syndrome. Basically, so they can understand every single thing we're saying, but we're not always able to understand what they're saying at most times. So the people with that Down syndrome might have a kind of a little bit of a harder time. Like they can speak almost most likely clear. Like they're trying their best to speak clear, but because of their tongue muscle, it makes it a little bit hard. And sometimes those people, right, have a hard time even hearing because of the small little earlobe or whatever that sometimes has a disconnect kind of thing, and that's why sometimes you notice people wearing the earphones. Like, what do they call those little devices that you put on the ear? Basically, they allow them to listen more clearly. And it's not their fault that they're not trying to annoy you. They have a hard time listening at times. And that's a natural thing when you come across people with it. So basically, that's all I want to top up so far with the, well, World National Down Syndrome Day. You really should take your most, well, great times basically acknowledging, as in take the time to appreciate the World Down Syndrome Day and really get to know the people, right? Like that might have it. And not saying that the friends might happen instantaneously, but due to respect, you should respect the people that might have it because, like, it's not their fault. They were just. Sometimes these things happen, just like any other diagnosis can happen. It happens randomly, right? So, also remember, guys, not to do things for them because the thing with that also, with people with the Down syndrome, they're perfectly just as capable of doing anything, like I said before, like any of us can. They might have a little bit of a slightly harder time. They might have to work a little more harder to keep up with the same things we human beings do all the time, like with work stuff and going to school and everything like that. But they can still do it too. They really, really can. Now, that's all I got to say for that. Hope you guys, well, really took the time to really sit down and actually enjoy, well, really got to hear about the importance of Down Syndrome Day. Yeah. Because the next thing that's coming up in 5 more days I'll be, of course, talking about World Epilepsy Day again. Because I feel like with each year that goes by is some acknowledgements that need to, yeah, you know, you basically get the idea. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And now, anyways, Christian signing off. Bye-bye, guys, and yeah.